Hello, good evening everyone. So first of all, my apologies that I wasn't able to give a talk tonight. It was 6:08 when I felt like very tired, so I thought I will go and have a 10 minutes nap, but that 10 minutes multiplied 3 times. So that's the reason I wasn't able to give a talk today. Right, so this is now time for the meditation. Good evening, David. Good evening, Margaret, Tusara, Manish, and everyone. Now this is time for the meditation. So I invite you to sit in comfortable position. Sitting upright and freeing yourself from all other businesses and consciously being mindful of the present moment. Yes, I feel much better after a nap. In the practice of a meditation, there are 3 things to be mindful and 3 things that we are developing. And the first thing is keeping our mind awake, or we become awake. And awake here means being aware of any objects that arises and anything that's happening the very moment. And this is awakening. And in order to be awake, we have to know anything that's happening in the very moment, here and now. That's why it is called knowing now. And it is not just things around, but it is about the mental state. Whatever the mind is observing, we know that. And with that knowing, our mind becomes awake. Now, in order to be awake, we have to have a confidence. We have to have soundly faith on the technique, or soundly faith in the practice. And we have sufficient energy to be mindful of the things that arises, and the ability to know that at that very moment. And that's how our mind becomes awake to the things, whether it is external or whether it is internal. Particularly in the practice of a meditation, we are concerning about the internal. And these internals are again conditioned by the externals. So we are simply here cultivating to know those conditionings, our feelings, our emotions. And rather than the emotion and the feelings taking control or drag us away, we become mindful of that, and knowing that this is happening, so our mind become wakeful, awakening at all the time with things, rather than going along with it. We know what's going on. It's like not a person who is unconscious and we do not know what's going on. So we are fully conscious and we know what's going on around us when it is taking place. So this is the first factor that we have to develop, or we are cultivating by practice diligently, continuously. So there is a specific word, it's called Atapi Sampajano Satima, urgently practicing an ability to comprehend it completely, whatever is happening, and being mindful of it. And that's how we will be awakening. So we are in a state of awake. And the second is alertness. Never be laying back ourselves that I am better, I have been practicing a long time, now I have conquered these defilements, I am better, and become lazy. So alertness here is basically we are using our energy with a confidence and having a faith in the practice. The mind always guarding things to be mindful of. It's like a guard guarding one of the buildings at the gate. He knows who comes in and who goes out. He's always awake and alert of each and every person coming in and going out. And that's the same in the practice of a meditation. Whatever is coming through our senses, whether it is by seeing, whether it is by listening, whether it is by smell, or whether it is by contact or taste, or even the mind. So we are very consciously alert to be mindful of each thing when it is taking place, so when it is coming. So guarding the senses. Guarding the senses. There's a beautiful word said by the Buddha on this, saying, Chakkhuna samvaro sadhu, sadhu sotena samvaro, ghanena samvaro sadhu, like that. It goes on with all the six senses. Chakkhuna samvaro sadhu. Guard your senses. Guard your eyes, guard your ears, guard your nose, like that, so on. So in order to guard, we are consciously very alert to know things when it is coming. It's like a guard who is guarding the building at the gate, recognizing all the people, those who are going through the gate, but he has nothing to do with them at all. Simply responding that, okay, this is, I know this is coming, and let it go. He's not going to go and talk to them or offer and how he is or how she is doing. He simply recognized that and let it go. And anything who is suspicious and appear to behave differently, a guard will simply take a good notice and deal with that with a great energy, and which I have spoken last night. It's like when a defilement, unwholesome thoughts arises, that moment, any unwholesome thoughts that has arisen, we decrease it with our energy, and if possible, abandoning it, eliminating it. And whatever unwholesome thoughts we have, we are taking it out, eliminating it, and any good things that never happened, we're putting it back and cultivating it like that. So we're always alert with the things that may arise at any time, being cautious to the things, and never think that everything is perfect. Nothing is going to happen. It's like when you're driving a car. There's always a possibility of anything could happen, so you need to be vigilant and aware and alert. And in the practice of a meditation too, defilements can creep in at any time, and hindrances can divert our attention at any time to the wrongdoing, to the wrong place, to the wrong action. As soon as our attention loosened, alertness become less, the hindrances will take control. It increases more. So we need to be alert. Alertness. And the last factor is the enjoy. Ability to enjoy the moment that we have here and now, that we are doing during the time of a meditation. The moment is blissful, that you don't have to read the newspapers, you don't have to watch the television, you don't have to do any other jobs. All what you are doing is simply sitting and watching yourself and enjoying. Enjoy the moment, that nothing to do, nothing to worry, simply giving this wonderful time for yourself. And that is the precious time, a moment of a bliss. Now when we are enjoying the moment, obviously our mind needs a place to stay, a place to ponder. Mind always looking for something pleasurable, or something that constantly moves, or something to play with. And that's the reason why we have the objects to play. So all the objects are basically toys for a mind to relax and enjoy. Like a breath, incoming breath and outgoing breath at the nose or the chest or the abdomen, or simply settling down at the middle of the body, feeling the incoming breath and outgoing breath. That keeps continuously our mind engaged. So we know that this breathing in and breathing out happening within this body, aware of this body, knowing that, when aware of it as it takes place, as it is happening. When it incoming breath, we know it is incoming. When in the outgoing breath, we know it's outgoing. Or when it is rising, we know it's rising. When it is falling, we know it's falling. Or simply just settling down yourself at the central of the body. And feel this uprising and falling due to the breath, and relax. And meanwhile, whatever other things arises, other things takes place, be mindful of that, responding it rather than reacting to them. So be aware of the things and know them in its true nature. Keep mind alertness, being alert to the things that may come or that may happen at any time, to all the hindrances may come, and enjoy the moment, enjoying the body and the mind simply resting here and now, and comprehending in the moment we are free from all the burdens, all the sufferings, the moment of a relaxed and blissful moment. So continue practicing until you hear the gong. Now we'll practice the loving kindness meditation. So relax yourself and comfortable. And bring your attention to be mindful of your entire body, feeling, sensing, whatever sensations are there, being mindful of it. And bring that attention to your hands, being mindful of your hands. Whatever sensations are there, being mindful of that sensations, observing objectively. And bring that attention to your heart, and generating loving kindness and compassion to yourself. I am well, I am happy, I am at peace. Similarly, sharing loving kindness and compassion to all other sentient beings, whatever beings there are, visible and invisible beings, in this room, in this city, in this country, on earth, in the universe. May all beings be well and happy. May they be at peace. May they be free from suffering. May they be able to maintain their happiness. Bring your attention to your hands. And to your body. And to your eyes. And as you hear the gong slowly coming out from meditation, Let's pay respect to the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivademi Sawakhato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Subhadipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Sanghang Namami